And we're here with another member of Michigan's Junior Day visitor list. This is long overdue. We've been talking about this for, seems like a year now.
Yep.
And finally, without further ado, Mr. I'Marion Stewart comes into Ann Arbor, makes his way to another Michigan visit, this time a basketball game. Before we get into all that, man, just take me back over the year. How did things go for you on the football field last year?
It was good, didn't turn out how I wanted it to be, lost first round, that's about it. But stats-wise, it got all conference, so that was good. And yeah, just that first playoff loss, that was the only downfall of it.
Yeah, so obviously back in the summer, you were here at the barbecue, you had a workout, emerged as a real big-time target for Michigan from that point on. Seems like you and Coach Bellamy have gotten really tight since then. Is that accurate to say?
Yeah, that's my guy, yeah.
So what is it about Coach Bell that has you guys kind of connecting like that?
He keep it real with me. Anything he said, he was right about. Nothing he been faking about. Definitely showed when I got down there. He tell me what the receiver room like, how it's gonna be. He not just gonna tell me that I'm gonna just go there and play. He saying I'm gonna have to compete. And yeah, he just keep it real.
So let's go into this Junior Day. This is obviously not your first visit getting here today. What, if anything, stood out to you about today's experience?
The basketball game.
Okay.
That was crazy. That was actually my first college basketball game I
ever.
Yes. Ever.
All right. And so it seems like you got some Fab Five fans in your family. Is that accurate to say?
Yeah.
So you were able to share it with your pops?
Yeah.
All right. So you got a chance to interact with the coaches today, though, as well. So let's start off first. You already talked about Coach Bell. What about Coach Harbaugh? What was he like?
He funny dude, chill dude. He don't say too much, but when he do talk, it's something funny.
So what did he talk to you? I mean, did you meet with him individually, or did he talk to you guys as a group? I mean, how did it go?
It was as a group. Yeah, he had all the players there, talk to us about what their expectations is, what they do on and off the field, and how they treat the players, and what they do to develop the players to be.
Yeah, so we had Eddie Turk in here. He said something about Harbaugh, said they always trying to chop him down. I mean, what do you remember about that talk?
He said something about when you're trying to be a tall tree, stand tall, they always trying to chop you down. Like, when you're doing something successful, they always trying to, hating. They out there hating you. But that's how you know you're doing something right when they doing that. So
when you got haters,
yeah.
no doubt. All right, so the other thing that has really changed for you, I mean, your offer list continues to blow up. So how many offers are you up to now?
I'll say about 23.
About 23, man.
Yeah.
So I know you talked about your top 7. Is that your final 7?
No.
Or so that's not your final 7. So that could still change, is what you're saying.
Definitely could still change. Yep.
All right. So talk to me about your outlook for your recruitment. I mean, are you one of those guys who thinks you're gonna wait all the way until signing day of your senior year to make a decision?
No, I'm looking to make a decision during the summer.
Okay. All right, and so when you say during the summer, at the end of the summer, right before the season, at the beginning of the summer, I mean, what are you thinking?
Like probably I say middle of the summer, yeah.
Okay.
Towards the end.
So when you do that, what are going to be the big factors in that choice?
What school? Like when I take my officials, like see what I like, what's the offense like, what the coaches like, what's the fans like, how much love they show. Is it really the place for me?
Yeah. Now, what about distance from home? I mean, I know it's not like Michigan is far away, but you got some schools like Illinois is on the come up.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some squads like right there in your radius that have really kind of made a move. So is distance from home going to factor in for you at the end of the day?
I'll say distance from home not really that important. I'm just trying to go play football and make it where I want to be.
So how hard are you looking at the quarterback situation at the schools that you're looking at?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a big deal. I mean, it's college football. Of course, it's going to be a good quarterback there. And, Jadyn Davis, he been here at Michigan. So that's pretty good to look at. Yeah.
So I remember him visiting when you were up here for the barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really seemed like you were a part of that group that Jadyn was in. So what was he like? What do you remember about him, and what do you think of his game?
Jadyn a good dude, especially on the football. Well, because we played in the FBU All-American game together. It was
Okay.
at 8th grade. Yeah, so we played together, and, you know, we just been in contact ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you knew him before that?
Yeah.
Okay. All
knew him,
right.
yeah.
So have you talked to him recently at all?
Not recently, but when we see each other, we see each other. And,
Okay.
you know, nothing but good vibes.
I got you. All right. You said you got 7 on your list. It might change.
Yeah.
Right? Are there some schools in particular that you're looking for to maybe join that list and make you think twice about who your 7 are?
I don't really got to comment on that right now.
All right, so how about this? This is a better question. What schools do you feel like might be close to joining your offer list based on your conversations with?
Can't even think right now. I'd probably say Ohio State. I didn't mean to bring that up. Sorry, but
No,
yeah,
we can talk about Ohio State.
And that I've been talking to that's been keeping in touch, that's really about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What did you think? I mean, obviously Michigan had another season,
Yeah.
had another victory over Ohio State.
Mhm.
I mean, it was once a time where that wasn't even a close game. Did that make Michigan resonate with you more that they were able to go out and beat Ohio State?
Definitely, especially like because the offense, you know, that's been the run game and the pass game. So just for them to have that balanced offense, that shows a lot to beat us, Ohio State.
Now, one thing you talked about before is there's some Illinois guys already on the roster that you know and that you know well. And so back at that time, they were kind of on your head a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Have they lightened up or are they still kind of recruiting you hard for Michigan?
Nah, they still recruit me hard, yeah.
All
You
right.
know.
All right. So what kind of give me an idea of what your family is sort of stressing to you to look at during the recruiting process? I know you talked about the things you want to see.
Yeah.
What are they telling you the things that they want you to look for?
They just want to make sure it's the place that I like. I mean, of course they gonna put they word in, but if it's the place that I'm feeling for, that's all that matters. They don't really look into it.
So are there any of the 7 that are sticking out for you right now?
The big house, of course. Yeah. You know, this is where I visit the most. Like all the coaches, literally all of them. Yeah.
You get a chance to spend much time with Coach Moore?
Yeah, he, I mean, you know, he be with his possessions, obviously. So I talk to him when I see him, when I'm with Coach Bellamy. That's about it. Or he'll text me on Twitter, or when I post something to another college, he'll slide up.
Right.
Like, yeah.
So I got to ask you about other schools. This is not the only school you visited this weekend. You were just up at Wisconsin, got a new coach in Coach Fickle.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
I mean, that was good because I really wouldn't have went back to Wisconsin if the Cincinnati staff didn't go to Wisconsin. So Wisconsin wasn't really in the picture until they came over to that Wisconsin team, because I know they're going to air the ball out now, not just a run first team.
Now they are. And so what about the in-state squad, Illinois? I mean, who are you talking to the most there? Like who's like your recruiter there, and what do you think of the Illini?
Right now it's hard because, you know, at first it was Coach. He just had switched over to Purdue.
Coach Walters?
Him and, forgot his name. Kane, Coach Kane.
Okay.
Yeah, Coach Kane, yeah. He had switched over, but I've been talking to the receiver coach, and, you know, Malik Elzy, he just committed there. He been texting me, trying to get me there too. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So what's next for you? You took 2 visits this weekend. What's on the docket for you now?
I got a open list now. I'm just waiting to see what come up. Otherwise, I'm just stay working out and, you know, sticking to business.
So now, as far as Coach Bell, you say he's real chill. Is he? How does he recruit you? Is he saying, hey, you know, I want you to come as soon as possible? Is he saying take your time? I mean, what's his recruiting approach like with you?
It's just, you know, he's not forcing too much on me. It's like he make your move. He not just putting it on me like you gotta come here. He giving me time, doing what he do. You know, just being that chill guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your family, do they have any preferences?
Oh, they love him. Yeah, they love Coach Bellamy. They love the whole coaching staff. at
Okay.
Michigan. Yeah.
All right. So last but certainly not least, we got to look ahead to the season. You said you had, you know, it didn't finish quite the way you wanted it to.
Yeah.
Felt like it could have been better. Tell me about your next year, your senior year.
My senior year, that's to be determined. Yeah, I don't got too much to say on that either.
All right. Now are you gonna be going both ways Yeah, you just.
That's the plan both ways, yeah, last season.
Now, any school, I mean, obviously you do your thing, you're electric on offense. Any school talking to you about defense at all, or is it offense all the way?
I got a few offers as an athlete. It was Nebraska, Kansas, and I think it was Missouri too. I think that's about it, yeah.
Now, are you talking to any of these other Illinois guys? Obviously, we got Marquise here. You got Justin Scott about to make a decision. I mean, it's a loaded year in the state. Do you talk to any of those other guys about what they're doing, and does that influence you at all?
I mean, right now, nobody really know where they want to go yet. So we just taking that time, take these visits, and then we'll see during the summertime.
All right. Well, young fella, like I said, this was long overdue. Appreciate you taking the time, and let's do it again soon.
Sound good.
I'Marion Stewart.